Happy Tariff Day, everybody! Bitcoin is currently sitting at what is essentially the 21-day exponential moving average at $90,000. And in an hour and a half from right now, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time today being January 9th, the Supreme Court is likely, they may not do this, but they are likely to release their opinion on whether or not Trump's general wide-sweeping tariffs are legal or illegal. If they are deemed to be illegal, well, markets are certainly going to get shaken up, and we have no idea really what's going to happen. This is good for US businesses, but it also adds a ton of uncertainty around what the hell is going to happen in global trade, which is obviously going to affect financial markets, and I doubt Bitcoin will be impervious to such. So in my personal opinion, there's not a lot of use charting right now until that news potentially gets dropped this morning. But in the meantime, Bitcoin is sitting on the 21 and kind of the 12-day exponential moving average. $90,000 is our level that we really want to see it hold, because if we dip down further down into these $80,000 range, it does kind of feel more likely that we'll break it bearishly. But we do have a futures gap right here on the chart down at 88K. And also our stochastic RSI does say that Bitcoin is likely to sell off over the next few days, which just from a TA standpoint is already telling us getting further into our, target range from our wedge, which is, as you can tell, no longer on our chart. It doesn't really necessarily seem likely. In fact, this overall now looking kind of like just a larger bear flag is kind of looking like the main pattern that Bitcoin is forming here, which would be a bearish pattern for Bitcoin, hence the name, bear flag. And to show you the gap on the 4-hour time frame is here all the way down at $88,000. And if we come down and fill this gap, we still have a chance of a higher low. We still have a chance of finding support above the bottom line here in our bear flag, right? There's still a chance. It's just becoming less and less likely that, we're going to be putting ourselves in a bullish formation. But on the daily time frame for the futures chart and also the spot chart, the first chart I showed, the Moxie indicator's bearish momentum is continuing to get eaten away at. And mind you, it is not bullish yet. Momentum is still overall bearish in Bitcoin's market, but we are getting closer and closer to having bullish momentum take over control. So if we do have a dip out of this bear flag, probably into like the 80K to 75, 74K range, if we start seeing bullish momentum kind of creeping upwards, we're getting closer to a confirmed bottom of sorts, We'll have to use other indicators to verify that, but, it's just something to kind of keep as a bullish memento, if you will, in case things do break bearishly here as the news drops of tariffs this morning.